bitches.
We're back, better than ever, or maybe not better than ever.
We're not the
Maybe.
Trump administration. We're not better than ever.
We didn't betray the American people.
All right. Okay. Do you have a hot take you just want to lead us off with into the storm?
My hot take, it's almost a shame that we now have a gay president. Yeah, at least a bisexual president.
Are you coming out as Bubba?
No, but Pete Buttigieg maybe.
So
Is that his name?
No, Pete Buttigieg.
Buttigieg?
Yeah, I think that's that. So I think you're referring to the tweet or the Epstein email where Mark and Jeffrey are talking about Trump blowing Bubba, huh?
Bubba, big Bubba,
which we have confirmed with Mark Epstein, who was live on this show.
Big, beautiful Bubba,
the triple B.
The triple B.
I like it. Not Build Back Better.
No. He trolled you with that one.
It's not Build Back Better. Okay, it's Big Beautiful Bubba. Gross. So yeah, we had Mark Epstein on this show, and he said that it's not Bill Clinton. So who's Bubba?
I don't know. I'm not unconvinced that it wasn't Bill Clinton.
He's just covering.
Yeah,
Mark Epstein's not covering.
What's he got to gain?
Okay.
Does he want to be killed by Hillary? I don't think so. I mean, that's a plausible argument in itself.
Well,
they got his brother.
They did. Hillary Clinton killed Jeffrey Epstein. That's been confirmed.
Yes.
We know that.
Our boots on the ground knowledge has confirmed that.
Yeah, of course, we know both security guards that fell asleep and then got threatened by the Clintons and all that stuff.
Yes.
So we've had a ton of issues come up since you were here last. Do you have a specific one you want to touch on first?
Now that we just started talking about it, I feel like there hasn't been anything I'm thinking of that's super, super recent. But for me, I feel like Trump has just betrayed the American people.
Starting with the Epstein files, right?
Well, yes, definitely with that.
Okay.
And not only like with how he's saying there's not enough talented Americans, like we need to bring in these visa workers. We need fucking Chinese students to keep our colleges afloat. Like, fuck that, and fuck that.
Yeah, let's start with the Chinese one because he wants to bring in 600,000 Chinese students for our universities. And his idea, because he's a business guy, he's like, the Chinese pay double. So let's bring in more Chinese. What he doesn't understand is that Americans built these universities for Americans, okay? And they're not supposed to be money-making institutions.
Yeah.
They're here to educate Americans. And Trump, just sees dollar signs and says, oh, yeah, bring in all the Chinese because they pay $100,000 a year, and that's how we can make some money. And it doesn't make any fucking sense. The only reason the colleges need money to begin with is because they're completely overcharging people because they want to support their big liberal unions. All their liberal social justice bullshit. They want to research transgender mice and all this fucked up shit. That's the only reason they're running out of money. And then Trump's idea is, well, let's bring in foreigners. It's fucking stupid.
And, he's like, well, if we don't, the universities we're going to have to close down universities.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You got me. Let's do it. Let's close them down.
Or how about you put on your other businessman hat and look at a university and say, how could we cut some costs?
Right.
Because I know some ways we could cut some costs.
Yeah, for sure.
All the DEI people, gone. All the social justice department people, gone.
Even that, or just eliminate some of the DEI scholarships that I'm sure those schools give, or whatever.
All that. Gone.
But not only are you kind of taking something away from American opportunities, but now you're giving your probably your biggest foreign competitor, you're teaching the youth of your biggest competitor how to do stuff that you're teaching your youth.
Right.
Whether not that I really know anything about China's university system, but if the kids want to come here, it's probably for a reason,
Yeah, the rich Chinese kids don't want to come here because Beijing University is so much better.
Right.
More like Wuhan Community College.
Yes.
Whatever, and people lie and say, it's not a net sum game, like just because a Chinese kid comes here doesn't mean an American kid can't. Yes, it does. We only have so many university spots open every year.
And the argument against that would be, okay, you have business-minded Trump. Who does he want going into the university? The kid that's paying $20,000 a year, or the kid that's paying $100,000 a year?
Yep. And that's the problem with Trump, man, is people know how to manipulate that business sense on him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really think about the foundational issues of why do these universities exist to begin with? The kid from China didn't build them. His grandfather did not build Stanford University.
And I get what you're saying. People are kind of manipulating him. I think he just doesn't give a fuck. You know, I think he played everyone that voted for him.
You think so? This was
I think he played him like a fucking fiddle.
This was a 10-year con.
It seems that way. Either that or someone fucking really threatened him with some dirt, and they're like, "We're gonna fuck your life up," and he started to okay, you know.
I just don't see, like, there's not a lot of people in the world that I think threatening wouldn't work. Donald Trump strikes me as one. Yeah. Donald Trump strikes me as the kind of person that if you threatened him, he'd find a way to get you killed.
I would think that too. Evidence to the contrary.
I think he's manipulated.
You know, I think of anyone in this country that should be America for, like when Donald Trump was running for president, if someone is he America first, I would have been like, yes, he is more America first than Nick Fuentes. He is America first. Now, MAGA is dead. America first.
I like America first. MAGA. I don't
MAGA
draw
is dead.
The distinction quite the same. I think that I don't think MAGA is an ideology. Number one, America first is an ideology. MAGA is just kind of whatever Trump says it is. And MAGA.
I see it differently. I kind of saw MAGA, and maybe that's me being more exposed to the kind of the northern Montana, Wyoming, Idaho area of how they saw MAGA, you know. But to me, how I see MAGA is how I now see America first.
Yeah, they're this. That's really we're kind of making the same point. Is that the people that supported MAGA are the same people that saying they're the America first people now. And the reason they can do that is because they were always projecting their ideology onto Donald Trump. He never had his own ideology. Like, he doesn't have this like economic philosophy where he's like, you know, we're going to be protectionist for the sake of, you know, bringing, you know, more jobs to the United States because offshoring killed our economy. He doesn't, like, he'll kind of make that argument, but he doesn't like have the economic knowledge to really walk you through step by step how that happened.
Yeah.
He's more just like, fuck it, we'll bring in the Chinese kids. They pay more money. That's how we'll solve this problem.
Right.
And I think that the people were always, and I take this back to 2015. Donald Trump gets kind of all this credit for being bringing like populism to America. I think it was actually the opposite. I think that the populist, you know, what we would call America first, or, you know, old MAGA, those populist feelings were there to begin with, and Donald Trump picked up on it and capitalized on it.
I would agree.
It was never his to begin with.
Right.
And I think we're just starting to see that he's diverged from these populist tendencies because he doesn't have to get reelected.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Yeah. It's not an ideological change. So I just don't see the difference between MAGA and America first, other than Donald Trump doesn't need to be reelected and he doesn't really give a fuck.
Yeah, he does. So he doesn't need to be reelected. He doesn't give a fuck. So in my opinion, he's not really doing what he said he was going to do.
Yeah, that's fair.
So whether that's a personal choice or because he's being blackmailed, you know,
that's fair.
Fuck him either way.
That's fair. But you could just as easily say he's kicked out of MAGA and we're MAGA now. We just changed the words to America first.
Yeah,
and it's still the same shit.
Except I would
more extreme.
Yes, except MAGA is so tied to Trump.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I just don't think it's anything. I don't think that MAGA is anything more than just kind of populist sentiment of the day, which whether it's, you know, release the Epstein files, get rid of all the immigrants.
And that may be what it started out as, but now I think the MAGA thing is like, if you're a MAGA guy, like, yeah, maybe, like, for me, I still say, yep, I want America. Let's make America great again, you know? But if you say that publicly, socially, whatever, like, someone's going, yep, you're a Trump guy,
Yep.
Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But I think that's just the affiliation.
Yeah, and that's fair because he did.
I mean, it was his thing.
Yeah, he sloganeered it.
Yeah.
That's fair, but I would agree he seems to have diverged from America First in a lot of important ways. I think he gets a little too much heat for some, like, I've seen some reports the Russia war may be ending soon. That's definitely America First, and I hope it actually happens. It's not fair to give him credit for it before it actually does happen. But ending the Israeli war, that was a big America First success. I wish he was more committed to Doge.
Yeah.
Because that was successful when it was still around.
Right.
That's really America First. Destroying the deep state, that's America First.
And I feel like we've kind of gotten away from, like, to me, he's like, I felt like he ran on the premise of, we're running this huge deficit.
Mm-hmm.
We need to fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't done anything to do that, you know?
No. And if you look at his first presidency, that was always my number one criticism of Trump, was he was worse for the deficit than most Democrats.
Right.
He cares about his legacy. He doesn't want shit to go bad under him. He's not going to put people in economic pain if he can fix it. He'll just start sending checks out.
Yeah. Too late.
Yeah.
I'd say if you talk to any regular fucking guy, like, we went to this Ducks Unlimited dinner the other day, and no one was really there wasn't really a lot of people there. Like, it was sold out, but it wasn't like there were still open seats, like it wasn't sold out.
Right. They didn't pack it in there with the standing room only.
Yeah, I mean, it was they had some sold tables. Like, our family friend bought a table that we were sitting at. And so they had some reserved tables and stuff. And then they had some open seating. And, like, some of the open seating tables no one was at.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do this live auction deal. And some of the stuff people just weren't even bidding on. They just, like, didn't auction it off because, like, no one was bidding on the shotgun or the trip or whatever. Like, they weren't meeting the minimum bids like they needed to sell it at any type of non-loss,
Mm-hmm.
And our family friends are like, yeah, people just don't have fucking money right now, which I think is kind of true. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's what happens when you print a third of all money or
Yeah.
something in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I think that's the stat.
But now we're talking about sending out fucking stimulus checks to people. Like, like, what the fuck,
Yep.
Like, and I don't know this for a fact, but I feel like I specifically remember Trump being like, and we were fucking printing money and blah, 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 blah. Inflation's your fault because you printed money. And what does he want to do? Print money. You know?
Yeah. He's not out there lobbying to bring back the gold standard.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But I do like a lot of his. Trump has all the right instincts on foreign policy. Make our allies pay their fair share. End the wars where you can.
Is there an asterisk with except for Israel?
Well, here's what I was going to say. There's a bigger asterisk than Israel. Venezuela.
Oh.
Are we going to overthrow Venezuela? That's really my first big, like, this isn't America First.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, no one cares about blowing up speedboats in the Caribbean.
Right. So is Venezuela, are they on the same banking system as most of the world, or are they one of the few countries that are, like, on their own banking system?
So they are a part of the world order where they trade in dollars, but I believe they're part of the BRICS block that's, like, trying to not trade as much in dollars, and they're trying to move away from it.
Not that. It's like, I'm trying to remember the family name. Like, this family, like,
the Rothschilds.
Yeah, they control the world's banks. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And like, all the countries that don't have the fucking central banking thing are countries that we've gone to war with.
Yeah,
like Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, like it's like every fucking country on the list is the countries we've gone to war with recently.
Yeah, so I just did a quick look up, and that I've heard of that. I haven't read as much into it as I'm going to, actually. This is one of the things I'm really going to read into. It says it's Venezuela is not a part of that whole conspiracy.
Okay.
That the Venezuelan government has hired advisory firms named, get this, Rothschild and Company. Around $154 billion of foreign debt obligations.
Yeah,
to
we're
foreign
probably
banks.
not going to invade them. Yeah. They're probably okay. They're in with the Rothschilds.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the story of how I think it was the Rothschilds that got rich on the manipulating the English stock market after the defeat of Napoleon at Waterloo. I think that's he. If I'm remembering the story correctly, he had people on the ground that were messengers for him, and he learned of Napoleon's defeat, and he had a bunch of money anyways, of course. And so he went and sold all his assets off at the stock market that morning to create panic because he was known for having the good info. So everyone else sold, and then he bought it all back up for pennies on the dollar when the info came back in that Britain had won.
Right.
Everything goes up. He's the richest man in the world.
Again.
Yeah.
So just more rich.
Yeah. So that's how they got all their money. And then the whole Venezuela thing, though, I think this comes from Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio is the son of Cuban immigrants, and he has a real fucking bone to pick with South American socialists. Oh yeah. Like, you guys did my family wrong. Now we're coming for every one of you.
See, I don't know a whole lot about the Venezuela thing. Why the fuck are we fucking around with Venezuela?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's Marco Rubio. He's the national security advisor. He's the secretary of state. He's like the national archivist. He holds all these positions. He's really influential in the cabinet. Trump really likes him. And it's always been one of his projects that he hates South American communists.
Huh.
And you could kind of get it.
Walks into the office and be like, Donald, you want to hear a joke? Venezuelan rights.
And then what happened is the opposition candidate in Venezuela won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Okay.
And then she, and everyone thought Trump was going to win it. She pulls the
They thought
greatest.
Trump was going to win the Nobel Peace Prize?
Yeah, because he had ended the war in Israel and got all the hostages back 3 days before it was supposed to be awarded.
Okay.
So like, hey, you got all these hostages back. Where's the Peace Prize? But apparently they had already chosen the winner, and it's for the prior year, so he wasn't eligible. Whatever. That's kind of bullshit on its own. Obama won it his first year, so whatever. But the point is, this lady pulls the smoothest political move I've ever seen.
Wow.
Maybe of any politician ever.
Wow.
So she's in hiding in Venezuela.
Wait. Smoother than when Bill Clinton thought he got busted for getting blown by Donald Trump and somehow managed to 180 that into getting blown by Monica Lewinsky.
Yes. This is smoother than that.
Okay. Just checking.
Because this is going to get a country overthrown. So she sends out a tweet after she wins. Again, she's in hiding in Venezuela.
Oh, nice.
She sends this tweet out. Oh, I'm honored to have won the Nobel Peace Prize, but, my accomplishments can't even stand up to Donald J. Trump's. Donald Trump is the greatest advocate for peace, and it's just fucking glazing the dawn. And what do you know? A couple months later, Trump's ready to go to war. And then if Maduro leaves, this lady's going to be installed as president. She'll be like a U.S. puppet. So it's pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth.
Fair enough. I feel like in recent memory, say the last 100 years, maybe the last 80 years, we've never gone into a country and actually helped them.
Yeah, definitely. There's been some examples a little bit farther, or sorry, what time span
maybe
were we looking at?
80 years, 70 years?
So I heard this debate there's this guy named Coleman Hughes, and he was this was brought up to him. We haven't done anybody any good. He says, well, what about Liberia? which I guess we sent a couple thousand Marines into Liberia and stopped a civil war, and they love us there. So.
Well,
whatever. So if you did,
hey.
now, did we kill millions of other? Yeah, but the Liberians love us, so fuck it. And then some people will,
as long as the Liberians are happy.
yeah, find a map. Ask 100 Americans where Liberia is on a map.
I was gonna say, you got me.
I just read the article 3 weeks ago, and I don't even think I know roughly where it is in Africa, but I couldn't pick it out.
Yeah.
From Equatorial Guinea.
I was going to say, I was pretty sure it was in Africa, but if you told me it was in South America, I'd be like, oh, maybe it is.
yeah. It's, and then, but exactly, people will hold up, was it Reagan or Bush? One of them invaded Grenada too. Like, well, Grenada went well. It's like, yeah, forget the 20 fucking years we spent in Afghanistan and $8 trillion and a million people dead in Iraq.
Right.
And we're going to forget all that.
Or
Liberia,
Syria, Vietnam,
Somalia, sure, Yemen. Just keep them going. Keep them going. We could name them all. Yugoslavia, sure, which some people hold up as a success too. But fucking, when's the last time you vacationed in Yugoslavia?
Yeah, never.
Yeah,
never. Not planning on it.
No. I just had to cancel my Venezuelan cruise. So.
Did people vacation in Venezuela?
Yeah, they used to. Venezuela used to be a wildly rich and safe country in the
so did
South America.
What's it called? Rhodesia.
So let's just go right to the Great Replacement Theory. Good old Rhodesia. Yes. Why did that go wrong? What are you going to Rhodesia next year? Or?
In my African travels, I heard fairly good stories about the land of Rhodesia.
Yep, Rhodesia and Liberia.
A certain fondness when Rhodesia was a thing.
Don't we call it Zimbabwe now?
Not the people I hang out with.
Okay.
Actually, the guys that own the ranch I went hunting on, so they had, I think it's 50,000, 70,000 acres in South Africa, hunting ranch. So they also had another 70 or 80,000 acres in Zimbabwe that got fucking repoed by the government, and now they lease it from the government. Yeah,
because they were the owners were white.
Yeah. Needless to say, they hate the fucking Zimbabwean government.
Oh, I'm sure they do. And the dictator there has been dead a while, and I don't know who's running it now.
On.
Yeah, but probably nothing good.
Yeah, I'd say, needless to say, long story short, I hope we leave Venezuela alone for multiple reasons. One, we're not going to do them any good.
Yeah.
Two, they're not going to do us any good. Three, why do we need another country to hate our fucking guts?
Yeah, to create a big refugee crisis so they can all show up on our border and have a legitimate claim. You guys fucked up our country. Now you have to let us in.
Yeah.
No. Nope. All I'm okay with, actually, is if we have a good puppet we can install and the CIA gets a shot, go ahead and take it. I don't want a nation build. I don't want to spend $100 trillion there, any of that bullshit. But if they've got this lady who can take over the government and all we got to do is put a bullet in Maduro, I could be convinced.
Yeah.
A bullet's cheap.
Whatever low-cost situation we come up with.
Yeah. And then apparently Trump's given him 1 week to leave.
Like the dictator?
Yeah. And he can choose any country he wants. The U.S. will facilitate transportation there, set him up with a house or whatever, and he can live in exile. And the CIA promises not to come get him.
And this is happened recently.
Oh, yeah. These headlines were 2 days ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yep.
So we could be 5 days.
Yeah.
5 days out.
Yeah, it could happen. And if he says no, I don't know, then they kill him or something. Well, the U.S. will probably kill him. Let's be honest. The CIA will probably find a way to give him what I call the award for South American excellence in leadership. In other words,
leadership.
That's right. 165 grains. That's what that award is.
Like the Argentinian president.
Hey, yeah. You know what? He should just annex Venezuela. We should put Javier Milei Argentinian emperor of the Venezuelans.
You know, I'm kind of at ends with Javier Milei right now.
Yeah? What did he do? Did he not send you a Christmas card?
No. Because we're allegedly going to bail them out. Like, we're bailing out their fucking their ag industry or something. Or
So this is what I read. And I don't know.
I read like 1 or 2 short articles about it. Oh, and I listened to a Ag Source commodities world report about it. Little 5-minute clip.
Okay. I didn't listen to Ag Source, but from what I understand, what we did is we purchased, was it $24 billion of their currency.
Yeah.
And so all that does, that's just us switching out their pesos for dollars, and we can exchange them back again. So they don't get to keep the money, but what it does is it stabilizes their currency, since we're the people that get to print dollars, and if we own the world exchange, we can stabilize currency.
We're doing something with their exports, I think.
Maybe not tariffing them. I don't know.
I can't remember what it was, but I think it was like, it kind of affected like some of our nut prices and stuff.
It's kind of hard for them to affect our nut prices that much because they have the opposite growing season as us. So by the time most of our nuts have
$40 billion bailout, a plan to increase Argentinian beef imports, which I'm strongly against.
Oh, you like more expensive meat?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
I've made this argument multiple times.
Okay, hit me.
If there's a $10 steak or a $20 steak in the store that said U.S. and a $10 Argentinian steak, but I want it labeled from fucking Argentina or Mexico or wherever, I'm buying American every time.
But you're not even going to get it labeled.
No, that's another fucking bullshit fucking thing.
Yep. Meat packers, baby.
Yeah.
They want to import cheap Argentinian beef and sell it.
What happened to Trump? Kind of came out about the Packers the other day, or like a couple weeks ago, but I didn't really ever hear anything about it.
Yeah, standard.
Yeah, I know. Fucking bullshit.
Throw a tweet out there and walk away.
So this video I watched, I'm not seeing anything on a quick Google, but this video I watched, this guy, and he does a weekly commodities report about mainly about California-based commodities, but he somehow there is some correlation between us helping out these guys, where it's like, well, now they are going to export this, and that means it's bad for us. And it made sense.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it was.
what it probably was, and I'm just guessing here, but what I think's right is that when their currency fluctuates, it can create like a more favorable export market or a more favorable import market. And so whatever the U.S. was doing to stabilize their currency was probably making it easier for them to export rather than import, which is like, it's probably easier to think about it. Let's take the Zimbabwe example, actually. Like, Zimbabwe had crazy high inflation. Yeah. Had we stabilized their currency, you could say like, well, that's going to make it easier for them to export stuff to us. It's like, well, okay, that might be true, but the alternative is their country collapses. And, when we have a president like Milei that we like, he's going to get blamed for it, and then they're going to go communist.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's not really playing fair either to say like, well,
you know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like MAGA and not America First.
I would say, well, now I'm going to go neocon on you. I would say it's in America's best interest to not have a bunch of commies in the world.
That's fair.
We spent a lot of U.S. dollars killing a lot of commies.
And how's that worked out? The commies are here now.
Better for us than the USSR, I guess.
The commies are here now. We just elected a fucking communist in America's most influential city.
That brings us exactly to where I wanted to go with the Somalians. You're part Somalian. Why don't you give us? Have you heard the $1 billion racket they were running?
Your kids, well, yes. But I'm just gonna throw this out there. If you're gonna insult my zero Somalian intrigue, Let's turn around and take a look at your wife in the mirror. She basically looks dark enough to be from fucking Somalia.
But not Somalian.
You know what? It's much like how if you're not American, you're technically an Arab. if
Back
you're
to
not
the
an
dictator.
American, you're technically a Somalian.
I want to see how much money it was they stole.
Oh, dude, it was fucking billion, like 100 billion or some shit. Or
So I've heard numbers with billions too. The CBS clip says 250 million, but maybe that was only one of multiple schemes going on.
maybe it was a billion total. I mean, the billion to me really sounds like it's ringing a bell. But did you see the thing that was it the Minnesota? What's the government service that like does like human civil services of the state, or like the Minnesota Civil
Department of Education and Department of Agriculture is what it says in this.
No,
But I might be looking at the wrong case.
like one of the Minnesota like government branches like came out and like had this big thing, and it might have become a New York Times article about how Tim Walz like knew about all this fucking shit like a year ago when he was running for vice president.
Yeah. I need to find the right. So get this. This is awesome. I hadn't even heard of this yet. So, Feeding Our Future, that was one of the scam organizations. Amy Bach was convicted at trial earlier this year. Several other defendants, including distribution site operators, have pleaded guilty or been convicted and received multi-year prison sentences. One defendant also pled guilty to attempting to bribe a juror after a member of the jury in his fraud trial found $120,000 in cash at her home.
Yeah. So, did you see this?
Holy shit.
So, the Dutch in 2024 did a study about like what refugees cost or gain your economy money.
Contribute and shit.
Average $1 million deficit or loss to the economy per Somalian refugee. $1 million.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that checks out.
Dude, I wish I could find this
that.
fucking Tim Walz thing. It was
Here,
I did. I don't know if you see this conspiracy. I just saw this like right before I came over.
let me just read that. Tim Walz worked with in the National Guard in Nebraska, went to the FBI because they believed Tim Walz had given classified military secrets to the Chinese government.
And
motherfucker.
Here's the more.
Holy shit. Okay, hold on. I'm going to read this. In September 1995, Tim Walz's Nebraska National Guard unit received the brand new assault rifle, or sorry, not assault rifle. It says M10 9A5, a nuclear-capable 115 millimeter howitzer. What the fuck? I didn't even know that was a real thing.
Yeah, neither did I.
The classified SOP manual for its operation vanished shortly after. Walz, who frequently had sole access to the secure area, had just returned from his honeymoon in China. Why are these guys all honeymoon in fucking commie places?
I know. Who the fuck goes to a honeymoon in China?
An ex-colleague later tipped the FBI, citing suspected espionage. By 2008, China rolled out the PLZ-05, a near-identical 155 millimeter self-propelled howitzer. Walz made 30-plus trips to China over the years. The missing manual story still barely covered. Why is a potential national security breach this serious? Still just whispers.
Isn't that nuts, dude?
Dude, first of all, that's scary. A nuclear-capable howitzer? Holy fuck. Wait, what's that meme? Like, what's that? Oh, just man-made horrors beyond our comprehension.
Don't worry about it.
Well, okay.
So fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck Tim Walz. Trump just called him retarded. And so, of all the bad things that Trump has done in the last few months that have really pissed me off, at least we still get to have him call the former vice presidential candidate a retard.
Yeah, that's fair.
I still like that. And you know what?
Retard is back, baby.
While we look this shit up, I got one more good point in the Trump camp.
Here we go. This is actually...
okay, go
Libs
for it.
of
Go
TikTok.
for it.
Libs of TikTok.
All right, here we go. Libs of TikTok, a reputable source. So
New York Times. Also
yeah, I knew the $1 billion was right. Hold on. So
reputable source.
The New York Times says prosecutors say members of the Somali diaspora, a group with growing political power, were largely responsible, talking about a $1 billion fraud. For President Trump has drawn national attention to the scandal amid his crackdown on immigration. Libs of TikTok says, wait, so a bunch of Somalians came into our country, stole $1 billion of our tax money that was meant to feed hungry children, all under the watch of Tampon Tim. Yes. That's exactly what happened. So here, okay, so then the Fox News article here, numerous individuals and nonprofits. That's why the one I was reading said only 250 million, because it's numerous nonprofits indicted in a $1 billion Minnesota COVID fraud scandal, including Feed Our Future receiving PPP loans, in addition to other state and federal funding. And yep, this all happened in Minnesota. At 1.2, I read that they, Tim Walz, or maybe it was a different Democrat, threatened to expose them, and then the people said, well, we'll donate to your campaign. And then he covered it all up. So Kelly Loeffler says, who's the Small Business Administration leader, says, despite Governor Walz's best efforts to obstruct, the Small Business Administration continues to work to expose abuse and hold perpetrators accountable. Full stop.
Yeah, here's hundreds of state workers at the Minnesota Department of Human Services publicly, excoriated Governor Tim Walz for allowing a massive fraud scandal to unfold under his watch. And this is what I saw was he retaliated against whistleblowers.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then here's the other part of it, which is even more fucked up. Allegedly, some of this $1 billion that was stolen, millions of it was sent to Somali terror group Al-Shabaab.
Yeah.
Only in America do we spend all of our tax money fighting terrorist groups, which turns out are funded by our tax money. Who would have ever guessed? Who's the number one funder of Al-Shabaab? Oh, yeah, the American government. Because of fucking course.
Yeah. Dude, it's nuts, man. It's just... And to me, it seems like the Doge thing, Elon, because Elon doesn't really, he's not doing the Doge, he's not in the White House every day anymore, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So, dude, to me, it seems like Elon was just, he was doing too much, and like him and Trump kind of having their public fucking fight, make up, maybe another public fight, make up again, I feel like there's some shit going on behind closed doors, like where Elon, and I feel like Elon in some sense feels betrayed, like the common man, like, no, you fucking said, and this is what you're doing.
And I wish he talked about it more. I know he's trying to get back on Trump's good side, but you're exactly right. Elon really more represents the common man of like, hey, fuck you. You said you were going to cut the government down to size. All we got some little USAID bullshit that, no one had ever heard of before this, which I'm glad it's gone. That's good. But fuck that, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's definitely not bad. What?
We need more.
Yeah. A lot more.
I do want to give a quick shout out to this juror. Could you imagine finding $120,000 in your bedroom to throw a case and you're just like, no, fuck you.
Well, I mean, if you took the 120 and then just still did your job, because that's more what I would be in line with.
They'd probably come kill you for that.
They can try.
Yeah, they'll bring Al-Shabaab over here to kill you. If you see any Toyotas with 50 cals in the back rolling down the street, someone let me know. Al-Shabaab's after
They're
me.
here.
Al-Shabaab wants my money back? Question
Those
mark?
fuckers.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. These motherfuckers.
And I'm just mind blown. So I was talking to my friend from North Dakota about this because apparently there's a fairly large Somalian population in North Dakota as well. And it was, I think in North Dakota, like not nearly as much as Minnesota, but there's more Somalians in North Dakota than like you would think. and a lot of them were brought there by like the Lutheran Church. And
Somalians are a huge portion of them are Christian.
Yeah, yeah. So my buddy left like his whole family like left their church like that they've been going to since forever because they're like, why the fuck are we bringing these people here? Like, we're not going to support bringing these people here.
Yeah. No, that makes total sense.
Like, who's that Somalian guy? What role was he running for? Like the fucking tweaker looking ass motherfucker.
Yeah, the guy looked like he's from Captain Phillips.
Yeah. Is he like mayor? Something?
Mayor of Minneapolis, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you cannot tell me that guy is the most qualified guy for the job.
No shit. I mean, I want to find this video here. Of course, I can't fucking spell this guy's name. That's really the point. While we're on this topic, let me go to YouTube real quick. Oh shit. They better not hit me with any copyright violations.
They're going to come after you.
I have enough strikes.
I pay for YouTube Premium.
Yeah, the Somali thing though is a little that a lot of them are Muslims. I don't want to say like most of them are Christians or something, but they do have like a big. I think Somalia is where maybe it's Somalia or Ethiopia is where they think the Ark of the Covenant is.
Yeah, now that you say that, that does kind of sound familiar.
It's one of those two. God damn it! I will find this guy's clip maybe for a different episode, but. It was essentially this guy saying, like, white people lost. You never should have let us into the country. Like, 1965, you guys passed the Immigration Act. That fucked you. White people are over. Like,
yeah, dude, I kind of seen something like that, too.
Well,
so,
motherfucker.
I'm trying to remember what it was. What's the, like, look up, like, IQ to be classified as retarded and average IQ in Somalia. Because they're fucking about the same, dude.
Yeah. So... what's been going around online is that the average IQ in Somalia is like 68, and then to be retarded in the United States, it's like 70.
Yeah.
But what people push back saying is that like IQ testing like really favors people that are like educated, and their like education system there's trash. So
that's fair.
Their point is that if they had schools like us and everything, they wouldn't be.
Yeah.
IQ testing like that.
Yeah, that's fair. Unless they would.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I got the video here for you.
This is a brown person. You have lost. You lost. The mistake that you made is you let us in the first place. See, that's the thing with brown people. And I'm going to say this as a brown person. There's a lot of us. Like a lot. There's like 1.2 billion in India. There's more than 200 million in Pakistan. There's like 170 million in Bangladesh. Those are just the people there. I'm even talking about the folks who are expats or immigrants. There's a bunch of us. And we breed. We're a breeding people. And the problem is you let us in 1965. There were a few of us beforehand. But once you let one of us in, you know what happens with brown folks? Our grandmother comes, our grandfather comes, our uncle comes, our aunt comes, our cousin comes, our second cousin comes, our third cousin comes. Then we have kids, a bunch of kids. And then guess what? Some white women, you know, the Western civilization women, the pure women, the American women, quote unquote, the Rust Belt women, the real women, they like some of us brown folks. We don't take them. They come to us. So we're embedded. We are everywhere. I've traveled this country. I'm going to speak as a brown person. Brown people are everywhere. There will be a Patel Motel or there will be a Desi restaurant everywhere. I want you to realize this. You have lost. Your story is a shitty story filled with misery. It's filled with bland chicken. It's filled with terrible, terrible dry-ass meat. Your music sucks. All your culture sucks. That's why the kids like listen to black people and their music. That's why the kids love Latinos. Your parties suck because they're monochromatic. Our parties have better food, better music, better looking women.
The last part was bold.
Monochromatic parties.
Our parties have better food, better women. My man. You can't beat a beautiful white woman.
I love this idea though. That
how do you feel? Let's 180 this for a second.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna 180 this.
You are part of the problem.
No. This not the
no,
180.
no.
This guy thinks that he wants to have a racism competition with white people. Are you shitting me? Does he know white people?
He's not. I mean, in some sense, I agree with everything he's saying.
Yeah, he's still saying the quiet part out loud, right?
Yeah.
That we shouldn't have let him in the first place.
Yes.
But what he doesn't realize is that's a fixable mistake.
But yes, except I think we're too far gone.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Spain was Muslim for 700 years.
Race traitor.
Spain was Muslim.
Chat.
700
I'm looking
years.
at part of the problem right here. I'm looking at part of the problem.
Not part of the problem. He
is part
specifically
of the
calls
problem.
out Indians. And this is what's kind of like this was what's kind of weird about like his whole like theory too. He doesn't seem to include like Mexicans or anything like he's just like names India, Bangladesh. He's like, yeah, all these brown people. He didn't even include like South Americans.
Right.
And I think it's actually a little bit deeper even than that, is that like most of the South Americans and like Mexican, like most of those people are like a good chunk European.
Yeah.
I'm not,
Got that Spain in them.
yeah, like it's those, nobody speaks Mexican. You speak Spanish.
Right. Well, kind of.
Yeah. It's,
you learn Spanish, and then the Mexicans don't actually speak that, and then they kind of speak some hybrid.
yeah, they've got their dialect, and then but even Brazil, Portuguese, like it's
No, I know what you're saying.
it's so like it's such a random thing to like go out and say this guy works for the New York Times, by the way. He's not just like some random dude on TikTok.
Nice.
He works for the New York Times.
American citizen.
I guess. Yeah, he came here, I'm guessing from India. He brings up India. And he says we.
Yeah.
When he's talking about Indians.
Right.
Which is
same thing with the fucking Somalian fucking house lady or senator or whatever.
Yeah, Elon Omar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these people too, remember, if you talk about the great replacement theory of them saying they're over here to replace white people, you're a racist.
Yeah.
But this guy talking like this, that's not racist at all. Even though he's saying the same shit, he's like, yeah, we're here to replace you, dude.
Yeah.
That's not racist. But if you point it out, you are a racist.
It's kind of like what I've been seeing is, how can we blame white people today for things white people did 200 or 300 years ago.
Yep.
But we can't blame Somalians today for what they did yesterday.
Yep. No, that's true, because that's racialist and you can't do that.
Yes,
but white people, it's just like South
we're
Africa.
digging ourselves in our own grave.
Yeah. South Africans, white South Africans have been there 400 years. Nope. Colonialists.
Yes.
Or colonists. They don't belong there. But fucking this guy who showed up here, 10 years ago, he's just supposed to be as American as us.
Yeah.
No.
Blows my mind.
Fucking horse shit. Fuck these people. What these people are really going to like walk themselves into is something really fucked up. Like, we are going to eventually, if people keep talking like that, we're going to end up with a kind of government that Europe used to have like 80 years ago, where they're like, you know what? You were talking all that shit, and now guess what? Now you have someone who really is racist in charge.
Yeah.
Someone who, you thought Donald Trump was a white supremacist. Wait till a real white supremacist comes to power. That's what you're going to get with shit like this.
A massive change would have to happen to our political system for that to happen.
Well, massive changes to political systems happen a lot.
Yeah.
They haven't happened in the United States much, but
right.
It always is rare until it's not.
Yeah.
It happened in all across Europe.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of people talking like this.
I'd say right now we're losing the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of always, it's like the pendulum, right? That's kind of always how it happens. Like, it's always the, small faction of, whatever you want to call it, whether it's fascists or communists or whatever, that are marginalized, shit gets bad, the economy gets shitty, you get people saying stupid stuff in public like this that, really become poster childs for the group that, has extreme views. And eventually you push the normal people so far, we're like, you know what? Maybe this guy is right. We don't really like what he's saying that much, but if he's going to have a story for how my kid can afford a house in 10 years, maybe I am going to let him kick 30 million people out of the country.
That's fair.
That's how you get extreme shit.
That's fair.
Like, our country's going to go bankrupt. This guy says he's just going to, wipe away all the debt and not pay all the rich people back. And then when they complain, he's going to put them against a wall and shoot them. Like, you know what? That would probably resonate with a lot of people.
Yeah, fuck. This leads me to my next talking point that I've totally forgotten about. How do you feel about J.D. Vance's new wife?
Oh. I almost need to bring in... Selena knows more about this conspiracy theory than anyone I know.
Wow.
Selena is the Mexican Candace Owens.
Selena is what led Derek to betray his race.
The siren song of the Latinas.
We're all talking about how white people are becoming extinct, and I'm with one of them.
Well.
Okay, brown kids.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Play. Listen to this video. This one will kind of is a little more what you're talking about here.
Perfectly, Sean. This was not a loophole. The Biden administration, Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas, devised a scheme to fly illegal aliens into the country and then to escort them en masse across the border by the millions, and to give them something known as parole, which...
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, I fucked up the video. Sorry, hold on. Let me just put it back to where it was. It's almost over.
This was not a loophole. The be able to participate in American elections. This was an attack on democracy by the Democrat Party. It's the same attack that we see, Sean, when you have California, a sanctuary state, that is refusing to turn over even illegal alien criminals and gang members to ICE. So these are illegal aliens in California who have been arrested by California police, by California law enforcement for serious crimes, for crimes against children, for felonies, for crimes that threaten public safety, and they are refusing to hand these criminal illegal aliens over to ICE. Instead, they're freeing them back into the cities to offend and offend again. By any definition, what California is doing is criminal. It is a violation of our laws. It is one of the most heinous things that I have seen in my entire...
And so the video that's playing in the background of that, by the way, is when Texas put the barbed wire on the border and the Biden administration's removing it. They've got the forklift there lifting it up as like 100 people walk through.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? So this is new information. We did not previously know that they were actually flying in people from Mexico. I've never heard this accusation made before. We knew they were letting people in and then flying them around the country. He's saying they were like sending planes to Mexico City to pick people up and bring them here.
Doesn't surprise me.
It's treason.
It's treason.